Okay, hi guys. Welcome to the brave of you who decided to decorate. What I already found out when I started bezeling and designing my bezels is that in the first row that you're going to be added when you decorate, a delica bead will fit in between. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in between my green beads and add a delica bead, and I'm going to go all the way around. And like what we did before, you also step up here. And when you start decorating for yourself, you can choose any row that you want. It would be smarter to go a row behind this, but I can't do that because I want to decorate that row that's behind here too. And I only have 4 rows. Now I don't want to do the first row right here, so I'm going to start with the second row. But if you have like 5 rows here or 6 rows here, you can decorate any row of them that you want and make the background pop up. But I'm going to do this round first. And I gotta be careful that I don't pick up my 15-0 seed beads instead of my delica. So I'm just gonna move that over a little bit like that. And I'm going basically black on black, as you can see, because the black delica bead is also there. So it's black on black. I could have done green in between there, but then it would be green against green, and I want you to be able to see this a little better. I hope you can see this a little better. And everything goes that I said in the first video. Make sure that you're pulling your thread in the direction of your delica bead where you're coming out. Don't grind it, don't pull it too hard, but make sure that everything is nicely tucked up and tight enough. So round and round and round and round we go. I think you can pause me until you get to the end of that. So, last one. Going into the green and stepping up. Stepping up. Now, the next thing I know already from experience is that another seed bead, another delica bead won't fit in between here. The gap is too wide. Neither will 2 seed beads size 15, because for that the gap is too close. So now you need to fix a problem. I like to fix it with taking 3 seed beads and going in there, and then popping the middle one out, so you get a nice little triangle like that. And I like to go all the way around, doing 3 seed beads from black to black. So all the way around. 1, 2, 3. Gotta get my seed beads back to the front, because I'm gonna be using them a lot now. And just make sure that you pop out the middle one if it doesn't automatically pop out. 1, 2, 3, and all the way around. So I would say just pause me now until you get that done, and I'll show you what's next. Adding the last 3. 1, 2, 3. Going into the delica bead. And whether you step up through 1 bead or 3 beads or 5 beads, you always need to step up. In this case, I need to step up in 2 seed beads to finish up my round. Okay, now this is really pretty, but if you want this, then it would have been, if you wanted to stop after this, let me put it like that, you should have done this in the middle row. And also, these things are very flexible. As you can see, they won't stand up, they're not tight, so you would need to have to go all the way around again and really tighten that up. But that's not my plan. I want decoration behind here. So I'm going to step down into the seed bead, and I'm going to go to the back into my black delica bead, or maybe you can see that better on the front, into my black delica bead right there. And I'm going to go underneath that little triangle that I made because I need to go to the back right there. And now we can go on the back. And I am going to step up, or I'm going to go forward into the first green delica bead that's right behind there where I came out. Right there. I hope you guys can see that. Going through there. Can you guys see that? I hope so. So, that's one. But I don't want something that is too close to that, so I'm going to pick up the next green one also, because I want to start using my Swarovskis. Now, if I had 3mm Swarovskis, or 2mm, or 2.5mm, I don't know what would fit in between here, I would put them in there. But I don't have that. I have 4mm in the house. So these I want to use, or should I say reuse, because I already used them before, but I didn't like the project. And I want to have these behind like that, just kind of accenting the green area. Okay, so that's what I want to do, but first, before I can do that, I would need to check how that works. So I think maybe 2 seed beads up and 2 seed beads down, going into the next delica. I'm just designing right now, so bear with me and see how far that would pop up. I think I got that pretty much where I want that. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it right there. No, I think I'll do a round with black first and kind of darken out the area in between here. So I'm gonna go do this the next round then. Carefully going back in my delica bead, which is not very smart, because now if my thread gets entangled in my bead, I'll be pretty much screwed. But I did it, so I'm taking these out. And before I'm going to do that, I'm going to go one more round with delicas in between the greens. Okay. I'm just going to push these forward as much as possible so they're not in my way. Pulling my thread through and all the way around in between the greens. Black, black, black. I guess you got that pretty much figured. And then when I bump into my first one, I need to step up. So pause me now. When this round is done, I will continue with the next round. Okay, I'm stepping up right now, and let's see how that looks on the front. Oh, I like that. It's really pretty. Okay, so now I want to do that. Get those delica beads out of the way. And I see you got a mat in here. 1, 2. Swarovski 4mm, and 1, 2. And now I'm going into the next delica black of the row that I just added. there. And to keep that in line, I need one seed bead. And let me pull that out so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going into this one. And then I'm going to add a bicone, 2 seed beads. And I'm going into my next delicate bead. Like that. And it might feel like it's like on top of each other, and that there's no room to do this. But when you pick up that one seed bead, and when you pull that one out, and you go into that one, pull that through, and make sure that you don't get tangled up. Then that will straighten itself out. You got room, see? Everything is in order. So, now you need a bicone, 2 seed beads. You go into your next delicate bead. Add a seed bead. Pull that out. Into that seed bead next to the bicone, in. And how does that look? Turn it around and you'll see. And now you got to remember that we still need to straighten these out. And what I want to do is attach this to this. And I think that's very pretty. So let's go do that all the way around. Bicone, 2 seed beads, and down in the next black delica. And I hope I have enough Swarovskis to go all the way around. But we'll see. Into the seed bead. Pull. So I would say, yeah, if you like that, pause me now and start me again when you've gone all the way around. Okay, I'm adding my last one. Well, I was planning on adding my last one. My cones, my 2 seed beads, my glasses, and now, oh, I don't need 2 seed beads. Okay, I'm adding my last one. I'm adding a bicone. I'm going into the seed bead of this very first one. And now don't forget, when you do this, you still need 1 seed bead to go in to your delica bead. Okay, done that. Now, stepping up, going into the seed bead, and the middle seed bead right there of the 2 between the bicone. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I think so. Now, I already know that these bicones are going in each and every direction, and they're not straight, and they're flat, and they're flip-flapping all around the place. So, and I already know that even though it might look like I have enough space to put 15 seed beads in between here, I don't, because when everything gets straightened out, I don't have that space. But I need to add these bicones to this previous little triangle, because those are all over the place too. So I want to straighten that out, and I'm going to go. How am I going to do that? Oh, I got a plan. I want some green anyway. I'm going to take a green delica bead. No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a seed bead size 11. Then I'm going to take a green delica bead. And I'm going to go into the first, see, the first one, the middle one of the 3. And then I'm going to pick up another delicate bead, and I'm going to go into this seed bead right here. See, then I'm not in between the bicones, but I'm in front of the bicones, and still I'm attaching both the rows. I'm going to make that like that, and then I can go into the next bicone. And you got sort of a three-dimensional, or you can use seed beads of this color if you have them. That would be really cool. I think that would be prettier, but I don't have them. Let me think. I don't want to really start using another color, adding that. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can use a blue color that will match. Yeah, I found these. I think these will match. Yeah, color combination would be good. Okay, so I'm taking that out very carefully. I do have to say I'm pretty proud that my thread is still somewhat black. Get that one out first. And then get that one out. And designing is basically trial and error, and see what fits and what doesn't fit, and see what looks good and what doesn't look good. And these are leftover seed beads, as you can see, not much left of them. And they're pretty big also, but let's see what happens. Okay, so that's a seed bead then in this case. Going again into the middle of that little triangle and going up into that same size 15 seed beads, and well, you can hardly see that. Don't know if I like that. Maybe I should use a size 11 here, because I think those two seed beads are a little bit too big. So, trial and error, people. Let's try it with size black, bigger seed bead. Oh yeah, I like that. So, I guess that's what it's going to be. Into the next bicone. Seed bead, size 11. And into the next little triangle. Now let's see if they're not smashing in each other's way. I'm pretty kind of curious to see how that works. Well, I think that will be okay. And up the black seed bead, size 11, and into the bicone. Yeah, I really like that. Well, I don't know what you think, but if you don't like that, you're on your own designing how to attach both of the parts, and I'm just going to fill this up all the way around. So I'm going to pause me, so you can pause me now until I get there. As I got along a little further, I noticed they are in each other's way. They're a little too big. Oh god, I wish I had these colors in 50-0. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to do a blue one and a size 15-0. That will give some space in between the seed beads. So I think that will still be pretty. It will just accent the little blue seed. Oh, sob. It really looks gorgeous, but it's too messy. they're just too close together. Well, actually they're so close together they're almost on top of each other. But I want to keep this blue bead in there. So, trial and error. As always when you design. Can't all go right. Okay, so black seed bead, blue seed bead. And here we go again, into the middle. Of that one. And now let's try it, what it looks like if we would use a size 15-0 to go back up to save us some space. And let's go to the next one. And I think I need to do a couple of them to see if they're still in each other's way and how that looks. And back up with a size 15. Yeah, slap into the camera, don't you? Well, this is pretty cool too, but now the blue is kind of losing its meaning. So that's sad, but I'll try that. Maybe it will look really cool anyway when go all the way around. So I'm gonna pause you now and you can go see what happens next. Funny, I don't know yet. Now the whole purpose of the thing is gone. So what I think I'm gonna do is gotta just take the blue beads out, play it safe, do the big black bead in between the blue here, and do two little seed beads, two black seed beads on both sides, because this is just useless. So here we go again. Now this is pretty too, but it's getting awful black on the front. So what I'm gonna do later on is I'm gonna go back and insert this blue one over here. Now that would have been smarter if I had done that right away when I did the triangle, but oh well, can't have them all. So I think I'll insert them here in between here later on, and then let's see if that will fit. But first, finish this up. I added my last one, and as you can see, my bicones are perfectly aligned, and it's really, really pretty. But as I said, it's too much black, so I'm going down. Wish me luck. And let's see if we can add that little blue one in between there. Going down. Size 15. Going down in the middle one, size 15. And I'm going down. And that's the first little triangle that we did, the first 3 seed beads we added up there. And now I'm going, let me see, where do I need to go? I want that seed bead to be above there. So, okay. Going down in the black delica. Going up in the first of the 3. Okay. Now let's see if that works. We're going down again on the other side of that seed bead. And I would just be okay if that would be on top. But it doesn't go in between, obviously. It's sort of on the top, but it's a little bit too much on the top. Okay, so we need to find another spot to add that a little bit of color. And I know I went in here, so I gotta try and get my thread out. And think of something else. Okay. That's not working. So what would be working? This is the first line. Would that be working? That works. That's right in between there. But it's not straight. I would want it straight. And it's still a little bit too much on the top. Dilemma, dilemma. How about... I got an idea. How about going down and just adding it between the delicas? That should work. So I'm going down again. Down. And as you can see, my thread is getting pretty white now from all the mistakes I made. Well, not really mistakes, but the designer flaws. Not being able to get it right the first time around. Okay, so that's in there. Go in the black delica. How about I add the blue one and I go into the next black delica. That works! Okay, yay! That's strike one for designers. And here we go. Now I just have to work backwards, which is very annoying, of course, but that's fine. We'll take it. Whatever you can get. There. Oh, I enjoyed that. That one. And these are the black delicas. And now I'm totally blocking out my what was that color? A little light green. Cool mint. Oh, that's what they're called. Cool mint. But, pfft, okay. They're hard to see anyway. So I'll take this. Oh, that is really pretty. So, I'm going around, guys, and then I pretty much think I'm out of thread, so we're going to tie up, make a loop, and hang it on our pendant. Cool. Sweet. Or maybe we just add another thread. We can do that too. And let me just see. Let me finish this up first. Okay, so I'm going to pause you and you'll see what's next. I think I totally saved that piece from being too black. Okay, so I'm doing the last one. Stepping up, but I gotta come out of the... I'm going through, actually, not stepping up, not yet. And I gotta go in here, but I also need to go in that delica bead, and that's gonna be a little hard, not to mention a lot hard, and come out of that delica bead. that was easy. Thank God for small favors. Okay, now get that thread up. Going back up in the seed beads, because we need a loop. And of course, if you want to, you can go design more, but sometimes more is less. So I think I'm gonna go to this, although it would be really cool to add a couple of seed beads around that bicone. No, Jana, stop. Yeah, okay. But seriously, let me see. I want to see. Not with blue, of course, that need to be black. See, you can do another one, and then just add one in the middle, and go around, but I would do that with black. So, first of all, we're gonna make a loop. I think it's gorgeous. And the good thing is, when you guys design, and you see this piece, and while I'm designing I don't have much stuff in the house, but when you see this piece, you can already think, oh, that would be good in those colors and those colors, let me go and buy those colors, or let me see if I have those colors, or I got those colors, and then you can do your own thing. But I'm limited. Even though you think I got a lot of stuff in the house, no, I'm very limited. I got my black, my silver, my gold, and then only just a few colors. I really need more colors, Miyuki colors. I got plenty of colors, Swarovski, that's not the problem, but I need more Miyuki colors. So, going to add the loop. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, 7 will be enough. And I'm going to go through there a lot of times, as often as the seed beads will let me. Because I want to make sure that since this whole piece consists out of one thread, that this loop is not going to break on me. Just imagine how screwed you would be if that would happen. But size 11 seed beads, you can go through there plenty of times. What's that? 5, 6? How am I doing? As I said, as often as it will let me. And I think I have basically been let often enough. One more time. Just see if it happens. Squeeze. Yeah, this is about the last time I'll be able to go through here. And if not through here, the Swarovski. Okay, into the Swarovski. And now what we're basically going to do is we need to get rid of this thread, but I'm not going to cut it. I'm just going to go and find a root, which will basically be the route I followed before. In here, and I'm just gonna go find a way to make sure that that thread is secure, tight, and I can cut it off because I have nothing to knot it off with, and that's okay, nothing to worry about. But you gotta make sure that that thread is way away from that loop. going in there. I think I'll go to the back side. Up. Up. In. And go down in here, those 2 seed beads. And I was in a black delicate bead when I was at the bottom of that. That is correct. And I'm gonna go into the green one that's behind that, if I can, if my needle will let me. And this is how needles get bent. And if that doesn't work, I can always go back in the black one underneath it, straight underneath it. There we go. Back. And what you know, I can go around in these again. Black left, black right, black left, and black right delicate beads. Just the basic, the same what we did when we finished up the thread on the back. And it works a little bit easier than having to do this on the front. So I'm just gonna go around all the way as far as possible away from that loop. And seriously guys, I will leave a link to my Facebook page. If you manage to make this in different colors than I did, which you probably will, please tag me on Facebook. Share that picture with me, because not just me, but a whole lot of friends on Facebook would love to see what happens to the projects and what kind of colors combinations you guys can come up with. So I would love it if you would, if you do the picture, tag me on Facebook. So, link in the description area. And I think I can go a little further down even. I think that's enough. I had it with this project. Not really, but it's really pretty. Turned out really well. Okay, so now what we need is, of course, jump rings. Jump rings. 3. First one. Goes here. Close that up. I need 2 more for the ends. And we need cord. Cord. Cord go in. Is this velvet cord? Or is it? No, this is suede cord, sorry. There, we need cord. And we need cord ends, or I don't know what they're called. I got them on eBay. Either cord ends or clasp ends or something like that. Got a whole bunch of them, so I don't need them. And you put the suede in there, and you just close that up. And make sure you got a little bit going over there. I have seen people that are a bigger perfectionist than me wanting to have that cord exactly not showing, but you know what happens after a while, they just pull out the cord, so that's really stupid. So you want that to go a little bit over the end, And then you just use your flat nose pliers, and what a mess. Okay, get that out of the way, get that out of the way. Get these out of the way because you only need 2. Okay, and a little bit over the end, and I just kind of always hold it down with my finger and then just push that down. And once you got one side down, that's okay. Okay, turn that down. You need a ring. And you need an extension cord. There. And when that's open a little bit, make sure that that's straight. Close it like this. Don't do it too hard because the sides will just go next to each other. And then go down. Right on the middle. And as you can see, I got a little X shape, but this is not going anywhere. And then on this one, you add the clasp. I think yeah, that's right. That's for right-handed people. Now, if you start selling and somebody who is left-handed comes into your, comes up to you and wants to buy something, be kind, okay? And make sure that you turn this clasp around to the other side and the extension cord to the other side. It's that little bit of extra that, you know, that's customer service that goes a long way. That little heart, that makes no sense. Not only that, it's annoying. So, take off the heart. There. Find my glasses again because my cart was full again. And head pin, seat bead, bicone, 6mm black in this case, but you can also use the blue, little blue ones that you used in here. However, I got more 6mm black now than I have of those blue colors, so got seat bead to protect my Swarovski. Details, as I said, on both sides. Turn it over a quarter. And what I like to do is in 2. 1, 2. Add that at the end. And close that up. Okay. Now, when you start selling, you'll have people that say, oh, this is too long or this is too short. Well, if it's too short, you need to put a new thread on there or a new braid on there. But if it's too long, this is what I see people do this all wrong all the time. You know, people will measure and then say, is that the right size? And then cut the braids. Okay. Now that means you need 2 new cord ends. Now I'm not a thief of my own wallet. What I do is I'll pull that down and measure it by 1 and say, is that the right size, ma'am? Or is that the right size? And if she says, well, that's the right size, I just cut this cord. That will mean that means I only need to add 1 of these. And make sure you got that right. They have an extension cord. So when they say this is the right size, go a little lower and just put a new end clasp on there because you got an extension cord anyway. So even if it's a little bit too short, you can always use 2 or 3 of the extension cord that you can put it in. So it's better that it's a little bit too short than it's too long, because if they say it's still too long, you got to cut it again. It will cost you another end clasp or end, yeah, I think they're called end clasps or bead ends or something. And yeah, then it's just going to cost you and cost you and cost you. Now, it's not so terrible if you got 200 of these, and they're fairly cheap. If you got 200 of these and you got only 1 customer saying that at a fair or at a bead market or at a flea market or wherever you are, but if you got like 40 customers coming, then that's going to cost you a lot of money by the time that you go home, so that would be a waste. But this is it, people. What I do is when I sell something like this, I take my business card and I will write 1-year warranty on there, because seriously, if you break this, then that's your fault, not mine. So there will be 1-year warranty on that if that's my fault. Now, of course, the ring could break, or the the rings could break here, or maybe they could lose their end dangle. Yeah, but if they really break this one, I'm pretty sure it's not your fault. And if it's not your fault, you don't need to give them the warranty for doing it all over again. So, you know, if somebody decides to stand above the kitchen gas, heat that up, and it will fall apart because the braid has melted, or the thread has melted inside, it's not your fault. But do advise people not to wear this under the shower or go to bed with it, because there are still so many people that, you know, some people say, well, of course not, but other people say, oh, I can't? So seriously, tell them not to do that. By the way, this would also be gorgeous in the middle of a bracelet, and you would just need to add something there. But I'm gonna leave it a pendant. So I hope you liked it, guys. I hope you think it's pretty. And I got the Rivoli from Beading in the Rain. That's the seller. She sells them for $4.25. I know she has the vintage Rivolis. They're real. There's a Hong Kong seller on eBay, I just saw that sells them even cheaper. These are $4.25. He's selling them for $3.25, I think, so they're $1 cheaper, but I have no idea if he's selling vintage or you're getting Preciosa. So if you want to make sure you got the real stuff, get one from Judy to start with, and get one from the Hong Kong dealer, and then put them next to each other and see if you see a difference, and then you'll know if you got the right stuff that is $1 cheaper, because in that case I would say, of course, get them for $1 cheaper, which would be logical, because you would be able to make more profit. So guys, I hope you liked it, and yeah, have fun with this. I think it's gorgeous. I plan to make a couple of more, so I better go get to Judy's eBay channel. I will leave a link to one of the things from eBay from Julie underneath in the description, so you can check out her store. 18 millimeters, don't forget. Okay, have fun. Bye, guys.